Tomorrow, Starmer will stand up in front of the Global Progress Action Summit and announce that it will be mandatory for every person in the UK to have a digital ID card. I'm going to explain what that means and, of course, where that might lead us to. Stay tuned. Hello, Envy UK. It's Pete here. Welcome back to the channel. And here we go. Please stop the world. I want to get off. We're going to talk about the digital IDs. Keir Starmer is going to stand up tomorrow at the Global Progress Action Summit, along with Australian and Canadian Prime Ministers. Well, you could have expected Mark Carney to be in there somewhere. Now, this digital ID is actually quite a damning piece of civic infrastructure, as it's being referred to through research. Now, what I've got going on here is a few bits and bobs to share with you. So the government is, just in case you're just tuning in and you're not sure what this is, and you're sort of like, whoa, digital ID and everyone's got to have one. Yeah. So tomorrow, Keir Starmer's going to announce that he's going to start rolling this in under the guise of it's going to stop illegal immigration. I mean, you're such a tool. In my opinion, this is never going to work. Yeah, we'll get everyone to have digital IDs so we can spot the people that don't. They're looking at, I think, specifically for like the delivery industry within hospitality. So you're thinking, you know, your major companies that you see the green or orange or black and white bikes running around creating chaos through towns. Think to get like those guys to stop working, but it's like a secret ploy. Well, it's not a secret because it's all over the media. I mean, you can Google it. I Googled digital ID in the UK. There you go. So I've got the government's website actually had a release from, I'm just trying to find it in my notes here. Yes, so this was updated, last updated on the 1st of November 2024. And it says enabling the use of digital identities in the UK. And what it does is it basically works down there to explain what they want to do to make sure that they can clamp down on illegal immigration and they can simplify things by storing information on it. I'll come to that in a minute because that's important. Anyway, the Civil Liberty Group, Big Brother Watch, state to the government in a letter that it is highly unlikely to stop illegal immigration coming through in a biblical scale. Last week alone, at the time of recording this, we had over 1,000 people come in. So far, I think we've managed to get 4 out on the French scheme, but that's not working, and definitely not working quick enough to get rid of it. The thing that is troubling, though, is that the Liberal Democrats, Ed Davey, I mean, he's a plant at the best of times, he's come up and said, well, actually, you know, provided they can scrutinise the framework of it, he says that there's things there that they would agree with. This is the Liberal Democrats. I never thought I'd be saying this on my channel, but the Liberal Democrats are not that liberal if they're thinking about this controlled ID. So, information. It is saying at the moment that it wants to hold on there your current information. But my thing is, we've already got this. If you're a British citizen, you have a national insurance number. That is unique to you. It's on your payslip. It's on your medical files. You have to use it when you sign into anything on the government's website. They ask you for your national insurance number. That is ID. But it's not enough control for Starmer and his stormtroopers, aka the cabinet. What a bunch of control freaks. So this is what's going to happen. They're going to have your information on your digital ID card, which just says you don't have to carry any paperwork. But do you have to carry this? Is this a form of ID? Do you have to carry it? Or are they going to put a chip in your neck? What are they going to do? How does it work? We don't know. It's being announced tomorrow. We're going to find out more details in the future, but I'm just covering it now just to get it out of my system because I know tomorrow is going to be very stressful. Anyhow, right, back on task. Please let me know in the comments before we go any further what you think about digital ID cards, how you think it's going to affect you, and then I'll ask you again in a minute when I've covered the information side. So in addition to having your information, you're then going to have other government services on there. You have your driving license, your government ID, your doctor's records, maybe if you've been, on the wrong side of the law, criminal record. And they'll say that this is enabling a speedier transfer for your employer to be able to check that data and make sure that you're passing DBS checks, which, if you're not watching in the UK, is criminal background. Just if you work with children, if you work with special needs, then you need to be DBS checked and make sure that you are safe. So then this is where it's going to get fruity, because I've read on Tech UK, I'll just throw up, yes, here you go. I'll put this on the screen here. So it says outlining a mixed model in which gov.uk wallet, which will be technically the term for your ID, delivers public sector use cases while, here's the one, while private providers access opportunities via the data. Now, I'm not a tech head by any chance, but does that mean that the private companies that are sort of working with the government in the whole framework infrastructure of this civic project going to allow them to use their data to sell it or to market us or to spam us? Is that what that means? Someone maybe help me out with that in a comment who knows how this stuff reads, because it's past me. But anyway, let me put this up on the screen. So I said, in addition to all of those things, they're going to accelerate the adoption across the economy to include financial services, retail, law, telecoms, healthcare, public service delivery, travel and beyond. Some pilots are already running, but now is the time for scale and unbelievable. So that means your bank will be on that digital ID card, which means at any time you can be debanked if you go against your bank's values. The likes of, Nigel Farage being debanked from Coates. Incredible. That's pretty wild, isn't it? If you've got your retail spending history on there, if you've got, law on there, you might have gone, telecoms, that's pretty critical. Does that mean they can now go into your, internet? Well, yeah, they can. This is crazy. Wow. I'm just having a revelation on what this actually means. This is big. I mean, this is potentially huge. And I know Tony Blair tried to get this through in his time in government, but failed because it's not a great idea, Tone, but he's piped up again in his old age. I mean, it's literally like, no, I won't go there, but something that reoccurs, just don't go away. He's like that, isn't he? So, anyway, what do you think about this? He's going to announce it's coming in. I don't think we've got a choice in it. This is it. He's bringing it in. The last time we had ID, mandatory ID, was for World War II. And that was disbanded in 1952, apparently, I believe. And since then, it's never been mandatory in the UK. Like I said, if you've got a national insurance number, you're a British citizen. You paid into the system, or you're paying into the system via that number. So if you ain't got one of them, then definitely you shouldn't be here. Or you are, actually, as a caveat, just before you shoot me now, if you're applying and you're coming through the legal way and you're in the process of doing that the right way, and yes, absolutely, when you've finished that and you get a national insurance number, brilliant, good on you, because you come through in the right channels. You didn't come across the channel in a dinghy. Anyway, I'm going to leave you there. Do let me know in the comments if you think it's a good idea for all of your histories and your informations on financial services, your banks, your savings, your ISAs, your mortgage, your pensions, all of that. your retail, all of your shopping experiences, law, whether you've been in trouble with it and who represented it, all of that, all your notes with the lawyers and all of that. It's just the Wild West now for data. Incredible. Anyway, I've spoken enough about this. I can't wait for tomorrow to see what is going to happen. For all the wrong reasons, I can't wait. It's not exciting at all. It's just I'm more in shock because I'm begging belief that this is actually coming through. I mean, it's totally expected by this guy because he's a complete and utter control freak. Being very polite there. Yeah. Anyway, that's Pete, MVUK. I'll see you on the next one.